All right, what is happening, HuntLeague community? Tonight is the first ever HuntLeague playoffs for any of our leagues. We are down to the final four for the 2023-2024 Western Hunter. That league started June 1st of last year, ran all the way through May 31st to include some of the spring bear season. So that playoff is happening tonight at 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. And I want to invite you to join us on the live stream. We're going to live stream this, and we're going to see which of the final four. We have Cody Paratore facing off against Hunter Rinnert tonight at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, 5 p.m. Pacific, followed by at 7 p.m. and 6 p.m. Mountain Time Pacific. We have Raymond Behrens, who many of you guys may know. He was the 2022 Outdoorsman of the Year, going up against Brandon Anderson. So this is one of the fiercest competitions we have ever had, and it forced us into the first ever playoffs. These four elevated themselves to the finals with their incredible stories that they had from the field. Our leagues are not based on who killed the biggest, who kills the most. It is a story-based league, and it's really tracking the effort and everything that went into their seasons, from their scouts to their hunts. I mean, if we just go back through this list and look through the year, we can talk about Cody, and I can just look at this picture. Cody won the on-point experience, was able to harvest his first bear last year. Cody, prior to this, he had been a big-time archery bow hunter, and he got introduced on the on-point experience, and not introduced to rifle hunting, but he was we had Nick from Vortex come out and taught a long-range shooting day, and that lit a fire under Cody that followed him through his entire season. As he went to Wyoming, harvested his first pronghorn, harvested a beautiful whitetail, also was successful on deer last year in Oregon, hunts with his brother, his dad, his family. He's active in conservation, has an incredible story. Many people inside the HuntLeague community know Cody. Exceptional guy, puts in all the work, the scouting, sends letters to landowners, does all the work that he needs to be successful. When I look at this league, I can't imagine him not winning because of all the incredible things that he's done this year. But then that takes us to our next finalist, Hunter. Hunter is kind of the dark horse in this race. Hasn't been as active, hasn't posted a lot inside the community, but here's a guy that is out there putting in the work. Right before the September archery season, he quit his job so that he could go focus entirely on his elk hunt, did 23 days straight in the woods, harvested that bull that you see right there in the middle on the 23rd day, his last day on the hunt, harvested a beautiful bull, followed it up with he had a spring bear, a fall bear, a couple deer. He's out there mentoring young kids, just an incredible hunter. Our judges are learning him. This will be the first time we've had him in one of our league championships, so we're going to learn more about his story tonight. But when you just look at the pictures, when you hear the story, when you hear the dedication that Hunter has put in, like when I told Cody he was paired up against Hunter, he was like, "Why did you pair me up against Hunter?" And I'm like, "Really? Who else do you want to get paired with that's in these final four?" Because they are all absolutely incredible hunters that have phenomenal stories. This leads us into round two. So the first round is Cody versus Hunter. That happens first tonight, 5 p.m. Pacific time, 6 p.m. Mountain. Our next setup happens 2 hours later. And we want to invite you to join us. We'll be live on Instagram. We'll be live on YouTube, live on Facebook. You can actually tune in, see how the judges panel, listen to their stories. We'd love to hear who you would vote for and see who you would actually advance into the championship, because every one of these guys is deserving. Well, round two features Raymond Behrens, the 2022 Outdoorsman of the Year. He put that new Seekins hit rifle to work. What made this year so special, I mean, you can just see he's surrounded by his kids. His youngest son got his first cow elk. His older boy got a bull. You can see him with a bear here hunting out there with his daughter. This was his first year to ever harvest a velvet buck. And there's so many more pictures and so many other accolades that you could throw on Ray. He was one of the finalist this year in our Apex Predator League, throwing a Coyote Derby up there, kind of in the Washington, Idaho area. But that's Ray. You look at his resume, you look at his efforts that he's done with conservation, how much he's actually done, not just signing up for a conservation group, but Ray is actually out there doing the work, doing fence poles and other types of projects, bringing his kids along, teaching them the importance of wildlife management. I can't go, I mean, I could just go on and on, but I can't give enough credit to Ray and all the work that guy puts in. Absolute phenomenal hunter. It is why he won the 2022 Outdoors of the Year, because he's so well-rounded. Everything about his story, the judges love, they connect with. I mean, it's everything you want. Here's somebody that's passing on tradition, values, and raising his kids up right. So absolutely love him. But Ray is going up against our Deer of the Year winner, Brandon Anderson, who had an insane season himself. From harvesting a bear to elk and deer. He went to California this year. That shot that you see up in the top, that is a public land California blacktail that he caught as a non-resident out of state, an absolute gorgeous blacktail. One of the things that differentiates Brandon, and you can listen to one of the recent Hunt League podcasts, Brandon is an absolute master when it comes to long-range shooting. This isn't a guy that's just got into it. He's been doing long-range shooting for over 15 years, has years and years of experience tinkering. Anytime I talk to Brandon about, all right, Brandon, what caliber did you use on this? He's using all these kind of wild calibers, from 300 carnivore to a 338 snipe tech to, it's like, I don't even know what these calibers are, what they look like, but Brandon's the guy that he's actually building custom loads, does all his homework. He is an incredible hunter. If you just go back and listen to the podcast with him talking through the different deer, the different long-range shots that he was able to take. I mean, that elk that you saw was taken at 998 yards, one shot, dropped it. Absolutely amazing hunter, master at his craft, super helpful, helping other people find animals, get on game. When I said this at the beginning with Cody, when I think of like, how could anybody beat Brandon Anderson in this league? Just unbelievable hunter, incredibly deserving candidate and finalist. I go through this list. I'm like, how do you put anybody ahead of the others? But Cody, Hunter, Ray, Brandon, they are all facing off tonight live. I want to invite you to join us 6 p.m. Mountain Time and 8 p.m. as they go head to head, and we'll see who advances to the championship round, which will take place next week. Next week, we have a judge from Bergara, we have a judge from Vortex Optics, and we have last year's winner, Joshua Dishman, joining us as a judges panel. Those guys are going to make the final decision for who gets crowned the 2023-2024 champion. I cannot imagine a more fierce competition, but I also know, as I'm saying that, I'm excluding some of the legendary hunters like James Monsanti from Oregon, again, another Oregon hunter. Absolute incredible season. One of the guys that just had a baby, Joshua Katanik, who's also one of the finalists in this year's Outdoorsman of the Year. I mean, the amount of hunters that are out here, and it's not just these guys quitting their jobs, hunting all the time. This app is for blue-collar people that you may be able to just get out 1 or 2 weekends of the year, but you made the most of your season and you have a story to tell. Just on Monday, we did the Spring Turkey League, and we announced the winner of the 2024 Spring Turkey League. We crowned the new Gobbler King, and what made his story so special was that it wasn't even him that pulled the trigger on a turkey. He took his 3 boys out. It was just the story. The story alone was incredible. His boys grew bored and tired, asked if they could jump in a creek. They're jumping in a creek swimming. The dad knows, hey, this hunt is all but over. We're not going to get a turkey today. So he says, I'm going to start walking back to my truck. He starts heading back to the truck. As he's heading back to the truck and distances himself from the creek, he starts to hear 2 different gobbles of turkeys coming into their location, but he couldn't hear them because they were sitting there beside the creek. So he races back, grabs his boys out of the creek, A few moments later, his 14-year-old son, harvested his first ever turkey on public land in his underwear. And it's just a story that, it's like one that the judges, when they heard of this, said, man, this is just the funniest story. It's the best story. You're a great dad. Jordan Linscomb, you are the 2023, or no, not 2023-24, the 2024 Spring Turkey League champion. You are the Gobbler King. I absolutely love the HuntLeague community. I love what we're building. If you've got a great story to share, I want to encourage you, download the HuntLeague app. Start logging your hunts. It's a super simple format. You push the go button on the home screen, say what species you're hunting, what method of take. It works on your scouting trips. It works on your mentoring trips. It works if you're a guide or an outfitter. Log and record the story of your hunt. Everything's going to be captured in timestamps. You've got videos, pictures, audio, notes, different events, whether it's a sighting, sound, shot, success, anything like that. You can add all those notes in. It puts it in a timeline, tracks your GPS location. An absolute phenomenal tool, the best tool, period, for capturing the story of your hunt. So I want to challenge you, download the app. If you're not inside the HuntLeague community now, download the app, start logging the stories of your hunt, because you never know if this will be your season. If just something magical happens, if something funny happens. We love seeing the highs, the lows, the effort that goes in. There's daily challenge check boxes for, did you invest in yourself, invest in others today? Are you listening to podcasts? Are you studying? Are you looking at maps? What are you doing to invest in your season? What are you doing to invest in others? Are you mentoring other people? Some people are using that as other things for just reading, for daily Bible reading, for ways that you're investing in yourself and others. We have the daily challenge for, did you work out today? Did you train today? And then the last daily challenge box of the 3 is a shoot. Did you shoot today? Whether it's a bow, whether it's a rifle, whether it's a pistol. So the app will absolutely track all the effort that you're putting into the season. As you log it, it goes to a leaderboard. You can kind of see where you stand on a given day, in a given month, for a different species, for a specific method of take. Incredible platform, unlike anything that's out there. So I want to invite you, jump in, join the HuntLeague community, participate in some of our leagues, because you never know if your story is going to be the story that propels you to the top of one of these league championships. So again, tonight, we have Cody Paratore, who made the Final Four, going up against Hunter Rinnert at 5 p.m. Pacific time, 6 p.m. Mountain, followed by just 2 hours later, we are going to be deciding between Raymond Behrens from Washington up against Brandon Anderson from Oregon. So big night planned tonight for the HuntLeague community. It's our first ever playoff round for one of our league championships. Next week, we will host the league championship with just 2 finalists moving forward. So love to see you tonight. Hope you join us. Have a great day.